Hi my friends, belly dance lovers, how are you? I'm Laura and in this video I will be teaching you how to do the perfect Zaki step. This step is very famous and everybody wants to learn it, but of course in the beginning it's not really easy. I remember well too that when I was in my first classes of belly dance I was wanted so hard to do it and I was not able, it was difficult for me. And now I want to share with you all the tricks and all the tips just to make it easier for you and not to have pain in the back and not to stay many months trying without results. No, just few things and you will do it easy. First of all, I want to say this step was always existing in belly dance, but was one famous Egyptian belly dancer in the 60s more or less, or in the 50s, that made it so much famous because she used it in all her dances, and she even did some choreography only with this step, of course with many variations of it, and she was the mythic Zaki. So after this, this step took the name of her, of course, and we call it Zaki Step. Zaki means kind of clever, smart, clever. And it is a smart step as make all the dance so spectacular. It's a very powerful and spectacular movement of the hips. But first of all, we have to learn our posture because this is the most important of this step. This step is the combination of two other movements that I will not really go deep in these two movements because I already explained it in my 30 days technique belly dance program. So maybe if you need, go to check it back, I suggest you. And one movement is the hip drops and the other movement are the hip slides. So check these two movements first if you need, or if you already saw it. Let's continue with this video and let's first of all fix our posture perfect to start with this step. So as always say in belly dance, normally we have our knees relaxed, a little bit bended, but it's not this case. In this case we need the knees totally straight. I want to explain you also that I will teach you the beginners movement, as we have three levels of this movement. We have beginners, intermediate and advanced, and in this video you will see the beginners version to fix it well, and in future you will see more videos on more forward levels. So again, our knees in this case need to stay straight, quite straight, not totally straight. Our feet in this moment are in the floor, and we need to make our back totally straight to the floor. Our spine from the head to the end of the spine has to be totally vertical. We have to a little bit to cancel our natural curve. I know this is not natural for women's position, but we need to do this just for this step to protect our back, otherwise can be hard and can make you feel some pain. So all your worry has to try to push your pelvis in this way, so your belly button go in and stay in, and this is the most hard to keep. So you have to keep your belly button in this way. This part becomes longer and straight, and while you try to do this movement, you have to keep always this information, this tip. So belly button in, long lower back. So it's like our pelvis has to come forward a little bit, and you have to activate all your belly muscles and also inside your legs and the gluteus. So it's a really powerful muscular movement because we have absolutely to keep this movement, and this is the most important. After this, we combine these two movements that put it together will become Zaki Step. So the first one is slide. So we have our pelvis and we want to slide in one side and in the other side. One side and in the other side. While I do this, I continue to keep my belly button in, my chest is up, my shoulder is down, and I try to make my my spine longer as I can, as I have to find a way to create a space between any single bone of my spine, because it's in this space that will start this movement. So again, you can put maybe your arms here and slide, strong, slide, slide. Keep your belly button in, and slide, and slide. And maybe you can try with your arms here. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Actually, we will do it very rhythmically, so it's like tuck, 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 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. As you can see, I don't move my upper body, and I continue to keep this part longer as I can. After this, we have the second movement that we have to combine with, but we'll just check it a moment alone. That is hip drops. The same hip drops that we do when we want to move the hips, but in this case we have to keep our feet one side to the other, so our knees remain straight. How to do it? We do it just heeling up, so your heels are up, and what we do it with the bones. We push our bones down in one side. It means that the other side goes up, because the pelvis is an entire bone, flat bone, so if one side goes up, something has to go down. For this reason, someone call it the balance, but I prefer Zaki. So again, from here, down, down. How I go down with my heels? Check it a moment. One goes up, one goes down. Tuck, 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 tuck. One up, one down. And your belly button continue to work much. Sometimes if you feel some stress, stop a moment, relax a moment the muscle, and then start again, because if you are not used to, you need to make your muscle stronger and resistant. Again, in, and if you have problems with the balance, of course, keep maybe your leg a little bit more close, and use also this muscle, internal muscle. They help you with the balance, but the real strength, of course, is here. Again, down, down, in, down, down. Every time I go down, first of all, I pull in my belly button and my hip. I try my best to keep it down, down. When I go down in one side, of course, the other side goes up as a reflection. One goes up and one goes down, but you concentrate yourself only in the one who goes down. Tuck, 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 tuck. It means that one side is contracting and the other side stretch. Contract and stretch, contract and stretch, contract and stretch. It's an optimum exercise. Is also to keep your waist stretched and female. So it's really an healthy exercise. Now what we have to do, we want to combine the two movements together, because till now we did it separately. I forgot to say something important. When I push up and down my bones, of course I do it through my heels. It means that all my legs are straight, and when if it's straight, it's like a stick. It will push your hip up and hip down. So it's a kind of drop, but it's done through the bones. It's a really bones movement. Of course, this is the beginner's level, the most easy, and especially for the ones who still doesn't have a strong internal muscles, because maybe you just started with the dance, you are in the first classes, first lesson, so take your time, don't worry, the muscle will build also with this exercise, and after a bit you can go to the second level, so we can bend a little bit our knees and the movement becomes a little bit different. We will see it in a special video just for this. So again, we have to push one down, drop, and for consequence the other goes up, drop, down, 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 down. Now we want to combine this down with side, of course, so we have to push side and down, side and down, side and down, side and down, tuck, 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 tuck. If you start to feel something in your back, a little bit of bones pain, it means that you are starting to relax your belly. The only solution is you pull again in, or you relax a moment, but anyway, you have to pull in. So in this case, what I do now, I'm doing a little bit slow, and of course it's difficult also to keep the balance, but when we dance we go a little bit faster and we use a more advanced technique that helps with the balance, but of course you have to have the muscles first. So try to resist, because this will build your body to belly dance perfectly. So I push outside and drop down, push and drop, push and drop, tuck, tuck, your belly always in. Important also is to keep the position. This is what makes your muscle learn, actually. It's like to print your movement in your muscle, tuck. And the nervous system in this way will learn it, tuck, 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 tuck. So let's put some rhythm on, and in this way it will be easier to find a rhythm while we dance. And let's train together. Up, side, 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 side. Faster. Side, side, side. Release, relax a moment with a small shimmy, and breathe. Release, release, relax. And now the drop, again up, stretch your knees, your belly button in, you work with the drop, just the drops. And drop, 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 again. After, right? Again, stretch. Now let's combine the two movements together. Up, belly button in, down and side. Side and drop. Side and drop. Tuck. 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 Try to isolate this part, not to move the upper body. Tuck, 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 tuck. Drop, 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 drop. And release. And breathe. And let's do some undulation, just to relax our lower back a little bit. And in the other side, of course. Notice that it's very different from this movement where the pelvis goes up in a round way. So it means in this way is down, 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 down and side, down and side. It's totally different. I turn, look my ears. Release. right, left, right, more fast, tac, 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 and tac, and tac, 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 and tac, 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 tac. Tac, tac, tac. Release. Breathe. Some undulation to relax. Maybe some camel to relax a little bit. Lower back. Okay. Maybe some few pain in your back and it's the first time you do this movement. It's absolutely normal. Maybe you just need to do some stretching after, but I insist, please, while you're doing this movement, continue to pull your belly button in, because this is what make your muscle protect your back. And if you exercise this move, please don't do it 3 hours consequently, just 15 minutes every day. Maybe you will repeat the video. Now we do some other exercise, by the way. You repeat the video and you make your muscles every day a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, until you will see one day suddenly it arrives like this, maybe after 2 weeks, I don't know. It may work, I think, in 1-2 weeks, but I stayed every day training. Suddenly, I remember I was training this movement everywhere in the street, in places, in restaurants, in bars. So people was looking at me like, what you do? No, I have to train my Zaki Step, sorry. And it's like this that it works. Now let's try to do a little bit a variation, just a small variation. As normally when I teach you this movement, I didn't really move my feet from the floor, and you don't need, now I'm just showing the basic level. Finally, you don't really need to stay so up with your heels. You can stay almost in the floor, but you need just a space to have the ability to move your hips. But actually, every time we can also do some small step, for example, forward and back, and continue on doing this movement. So I can step a little bit forward and anyway go down and back, like in Arabic step, forward, back, forward, back. And in this way, we have a little bit an upgrade, let's say, of this movement. So let's put the rhythm again and let's try also this. In, up, and tac, 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 double, tac, and tac, tac, and tac, tac, and tac, tac, and tac. Step forward, back, back, middle, forward, and back, middle, and forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, stay, release, and breathe. Up, let's try with the other leg, and forward, come back, come back, forward, and back, and forward, back, forward, back, forward, down, forward, down, back, down, tac, 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 and change, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, and change. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I go side, 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 this exercise, but I repeat, don't exaggerate. Every day 10 minutes, 15 minutes is even too much, because you don't want to really make your muscle, your lower back muscle under stress, especially if you don't have still strong internal abdominal muscle. But it will come with this exercise, for sure it will come. So trust me, just repeat the video maybe every day, share it with a friend that you know that need this exercise, and hope it was useful for you. Please, any doubts, any questions, any comments, write it down, because I need to know from you if everything was clear or if you have other requests about it. Thank you very much, have a good Zaki Step, and see you in the next video.